Hello, I'm Sophronia Scott, Director of the Alma College MFA in Creative Writing for the 21st Century, and welcome to another Faculty Friday. This is your opportunity to learn more about the amazing writers that we have on faculty at the MFA, and they are ready to walk your writing journey with you. Today, I have with me Dhonielle Clayton. Dhonielle is a New York Times bestselling author of the Bells series, and she is co-author of Tiny Pretty Things, which is a duology which debuts as a Netflix original series very soon. Look for it. And she's the author of the forthcoming MG fantasy series, The Marvelers. She hails from the Maryland suburbs of Washington, D.C., and she's taught secondary school for several years and is a former elementary and middle school librarian. She is COO of the nonprofit We Need Diverse Books and owner of Cake Literary, a creative kitchen whipping up decadent and decidedly diverse literary confections for middle grade, young adult, and women's fiction readers. An avid traveler, Dhonielle is also on the hunt for magic and mischief. And I absolutely love that. So thank you, because yeah, I'm all about magic and mischief. So
It's the best thing. It's what we should be looking for.
exactly. So thank you for being with us today. So today I wanted to talk to you. I know you have an MFA. I wanted to talk to you about what it was like for you to earn your MFA and what did it mean for you?
Absolutely. I got my MFA at the new school. And what I loved about getting my MFA was it was a time where I made a decision that for 2 years I was going to put my writing first. Um, I was a teacher at the time and a librarian in East Harlem, and I was so focused on the day job, which is, got to pay the bills, but I needed to prioritize and have something that made me every day take accountability and say, you are a writer. And my MFA made me say that every day. You are a writer, you must write. You have class, you have things due, you have to use this time accordingly. And having to wake up every day and say to yourself, I am a writer. My job is to write was such a wonderful experience that my MFA gave to me.
So what would you say, but because I felt the same way when I went for my MFA, I needed something to help me focus. I needed to be around writers. But I know I have people say to me, well, why can't you do that on your own? Right? Why can't you have that accountability and call yourself a writer on your own? So what's
I
the
mean,
difference?
you can, but I couldn't do it. Everything else kept taking, I'm like, oh, I'm going to write today. Oh, but I have to clean the house. Oh, but I have to do this. I have to run errands. I have to do this thing. And it just became a thing that got knocked down to the bottom of the list. But when you have a group of writers and a professor that you have to be accountable to and show up to, that writing goes at the top of the list. And I needed that sort of accountability of, I'm in this together with a group of people who are also writers, who are excited. I'm reading other people's writing, which fuels my own writing. And I have to show up. That gave me the ability to put myself as writer, when you name yourself, to name myself as writer up at the top of the list. And I needed that because of all of the distractions.
Yeah. What I liked is somehow getting into that rhythm made that priority stay even when the program was over. Right? Was it that way for you too?
Yes, because what happens is I'm in a routine for 2 years and I didn't want to let down myself and my, you know what I mean? You make friends and I wanted to keep that going. And so I had a momentum. And so I kept going. I kept going.
Yeah.
And that was able to, I think getting my MFA helped me truly become a working writer. It gave me the skills, it gave me the routine, it gave me the sort of the gas in my tank that I really didn't have before I started my MFA program, before I privileged my writing as like, this is going to be part of who I am. This is part of my daily life, my weekly life, my monthly life. Like, I'm a writer. I'm writing, I'm reading, I'm curious.
I mentioned in your bio that you had been a librarian. Did the MFA change your reading habits as well, or were you already a pretty good, consistent reader?
Oh, yes. I've been a reader my whole life. I truly believe that my dad made me a reader because he gave me all the books that I ever wanted. And I think that readers are created in the laps of other readers. We were listening to books on tape on the way to school. Like I was inundated with story and words. But being a librarian made me understand the reading habits of others
Oh,
and also made me look at books differently as an experience. It reminded me that I think that my job as a writer is to both transmit my own truth, but also to entertain. I'm a storyteller. Um, and I learned that being a librarian, watching how people select books is fascinating.
huh.
Uh, Learning how they interact with story, what they like, what they don't like, and the reasons why they come to books. Many come to escape, many come for knowledge, many come to laugh, and just understanding sort of how we come to story is a fascinating exercise that I loved, that I learned while being a librarian, that I take as a writer, that I've learned so much from.
Okay, I'm thinking now, Danielle, that we may need you to do a lecture on that.
Sure.
That that's fascinating.
Yeah, I would love to. Librarians are fascinating people, and they've gotten sort of like a treasure trove of data on people's reading habits. So, would love to share that.
All right. Well, thank you for making time to be with me today to talk about this. And thank you to the viewer for being here. We are with the Alma College MFA in Creative Writing. I'm Sophronia Scott. She's Dhonielle Clayton. You can learn more about the program on our website, alma.edu/MFA. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.